Oh, it is almost time for me to go to bed. But I just got off the phone with my best friend, one of my best friends. And I realized, like, me and my husband decided not to have any more kids. I have three, he has three. Combined, we're the Brady Bunch. And it comes a point, like, for a woman, our maternal instincts kick in without us even thinking about it. Like, I didn't think, oh, let me have a kid. It's like my maternal instincts kicked in and was like, it's time to produce. So you would get these feelings like, yeah, definitely, like, it's time to, I want a baby. It's time to have a baby. Like, I want a baby. And then the kids that you have destroy every hope and dream, every beautiful thought of having a baby. You realize that your youngest is able to go into school by themselves, take care of themselves, they can cook, they know how to clean, they know how to articulate. And it's like, I love kids. I love them. But my kids make me feel like I don't love them enough to have another one. They're the kind of kids that basically turn around and slap you in the face without ever touching you. And for me, I'm over it. But there was definitely a period in my life where it was like, I really want a baby. And I had to differentiate between me really wanting a baby and my body, my chemistry, my natural womanness saying that it was time. My clock ticking and kicking in full throttle like, oh, a baby. No, absolutely not. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. My oldest is 20. Literally. And the things that we've gone through, baby, let me tell you, no, absolutely not. For a period of time, since my son was probably like 12, I was trying to kick him out the house. You gotta go. Get out. And I think by the time he was like 17, I was working, and it was this homeless Asian descent. I'm not exactly sure what he was, but anyways, I was talking to him, and he was like, I live at home with my parents. He gotta be like in his 30s. Okay, he's homeless, but he go home. Okay, he able to be there, but he chooses to, he has some mental issues that he's dealing with. And I was really having a conversation with him. And I'm like, what you mean? And so he's explaining to me how it works. He like, yeah, we don't leave until we ready. We get married, we have our kids. Like, until we ready to go, we at home. And I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. So for me, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to try that, Most black families I know, it's like, oh, you 18, it's time to go. What you doing? So I'm like, okay, well, let me try something different, because I want my son to have, I want all my kids, but my oldest son, it was his time to, start the idea of transitioning. So I'm thinking, it's time for you to start thinking about moving on. After the conversation I had, it really blew my mind. It changed my perspective, and it made me feel like I want to offer him the best possible alternative to being on your own and trying to figure it out all on your own. Why? Well, I did that. It started to change the way that I moved, the things that I said, the way that I acted. All in all, we went through some spats here and there. One day I told him he had to leave. He actually left. I was like, oh my God, that's my baby. I need to know where my kids are at all the time. You cannot just get up and go. we got iPhones now. It was 2020 something. So now it's 2026. I need your location. I need that Addy. Okay. So for me, for my kids trying to get up and just go, that's absurd. Like, I need to know where you are. I need to know where you are going. I need to know who you are with. There is no secrets when it comes to your safety. If you are driving, I need to know what you've been doing, who you've been doing it with. I need to know where you've been, where you came from. I need to know. That is my peace of mind. So for my son being 20, okay, so for the last couple of years, and I would say even before I got married, let me touch on that. So before I got married, I had rules. I had things in place, but I was so consumed with work, I didn't take a step back. And during this time, I had already lost my dad. My mom was going through her second cancer diagnosis, and so my mind was not focused on parenting. Let me be honest with you, it was not. My mind was work, my mom, family. And to be family, you had to be associated with whatever my mom needed, whatever she wanted to do. Because for me, it was like she birthed me, she raised me, she was there for me and my kids. And I need to show her that I'm there for her too. And I need to be able to give her every bit of me right now, because there's a possibility she may not be here tomorrow. So that's what we did. And everybody got super close. So after she passed, there was a big phase that I missed with all of my kids, especially my oldest two boys. So now moving forward, my son is older. And I've transitioned careers. I've moved one city to another to be closer to where I work. And my son, he's doing his own thing. Both of them, for this matter. But I'm just burying myself in work. Everything is about work, because if I don't work, I can't take care of them. If I don't work, they go without. If I don't work, they're missing something, and I can't have my kids in lack. So everything I did was about my kids. And when you do that, for me, it made my kids very ungrateful. It made them selfish. I was not correcting their bad behavior. I was not correcting their bad language. I was not correcting how they move. I just buried myself in work. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to hear it. If I did, I had to acknowledge there was a problem. When you acknowledge that there's a problem, that means that you have to find a solution. There has to be a reason why this problem occurred, and you have to find a solution. I didn't want to do that. It was too much energy for me to do that. My dad passed in 2019. My mom passed in 2021. I changed careers in 2022. My biological dad, he died in the beginning of 2022. And I started having all these issues. But mind you, I'm trying a new thing, right? Like, I want my son home. I want him to have the best options available to him. Those options, like I said, I had rules. I literally had a brand new, spanking new Atlas. It was beautiful. And my son and his cousin decided they were going to take it out. I knew about it, and I didn't say much about it. I ended up driving because I had moved out back to the Bay, so I could go to work, I could find, shelter and everything so I can get it secure. So in between that time, I was still going out 2 hours away back home. So going back 2 hours away back home, I ended up in an accident. So if many people don't know, the longer you're on the road, the higher the probability is that you get in an accident. It's true. No fault of my own. Totaled my car. Totaled my baby out. Okay? And I loved it, Loved it. So after that, took the money. I got me a little baby Fiat, an Addy Baddy, okay? A Fiat Yaddy. My son decided to drive it. Mind you, don't drive my car. I already said this. He drove the Atlas without my permission. Everything was fine. The accident, I was driving because somebody hit me. Had my little Fiat Yaddy. So cute. 4-door, okay. Had the little... Drove my car without my permission. Boom. Before he get in, 5 minutes away, accident. Totaled my car out. Took that, got me an Addy Baddy. Got me a nice little Addy Baddy, okay? Don't drive my car. Keep my car where it's at. Now, my job, I was able to catch Bart to work. I was able to catch Bart. It had been storming. It had been raining so hard in the Bay. The safest course of action was busing Bart. That's what I did. I have a whole car. Bus and Bart. I'm at work talking to my son. My son talking to me. He driving. I'm like, son, you driving? He like, yeah, I'm driving. I'm like, okay, well, we need to get off the phone. And by the way, boop, boop, boop. Okay, mama, boop, boop, boop. Where you coming from? You wasn't even supposed to be gone. Da-da-da. The conversation going. Okay, well, whatever. Mom! What? Talk to me! So apparently the accident was my fault because he was driving the car and I was on the phone with him. So the accident was my fault. If you ask him to this day, the accident was my fault. And if he's had credit, it's only because he's being condescending. He doesn't really believe that he should have just connected the phone to the car because that's what I do. He doesn't believe that he can say, Mom, let me remind you, I'm driving, let me get off the phone. He doesn't believe that I could have just, So anyways, the accident was my fault. That he had in my car that I never gave him permission to drive. So 2 cars. Total. So I was walking. Not a big problem. Walking. My dude said, no more. You can't drive any more cars. It's a wrap. Drive me to where I need to go. Pick me up. But then it's a challenge. It's this challenge now. Everybody want to challenge people. That's not what family is about. But for some reason, for my boys, that's what it seemed like it became. I had somebody that was like, no, we're not doing that. And it was a challenge. I can't put my boys out because they decided that they wanted to be manly. It wasn't in my heart to do it. But I'm saying all this to say that there was these bits and pieces of time where I really was thinking like I wanted a baby. And then my son turned around one day. This is after the accidents, after we moved, after all of this. And we're going forward. He decided he didn't want to go to school anymore. Go to school for aviation mechanic. Didn't want to go to school no more. Don't do it. He decided he didn't want to work where he was working no more. No, don't do it. He didn't care. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do that. I'm done. I should have never did it. Whatever. Okay, so now we're here. Now his bills is stacking up. Credit card is looking real bad. And it's stressful. If anybody have bills and stuff that they can't take care of, they was in a position where they was able to do and now they can't, it can be pretty stressful. So he introduced me to the show to the max. So me and my husband was watching this show, and my son came in. I had decided before he even came in, let me go get his video game, because he's not working, he's not going to school, he's not doing anything productive. No matter what we said, he's slipping. I thought it would be helpful to go get his stuff out of his room. I guess that was not the right move. So he came in, his PS5 is on the mantle. He's to the max, pause in the background. What it was the show, it was something like my roommate takes care of me or something like that. Really funny show. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. So, but it was giving some real life information. So he came and he saw that in the background. This, remind you, this the show he introduced us to. So I decided when he came in, let me pause it. Let me have a heart to heart with him. Because at the time we was getting our business together. We was getting it off the ground. We were trying to get everything started. So we getting up at like 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and we full throttle. We got schedules. We got things going on. And so we went through a period of time where we was waiting on licenses. We was doing this stuff. So we wasn't getting up like we were supposed to. So when I did this, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this will be helpful. I'm going to give him a little push. He came in. I'm like, so look, this is what I decided. We're going to work together. We're going to get up. We're going to say our affirmations. We're going to do this at this time and this at that time. And, you know, boo, boo, boo. Did you have anything you want to add? No, I'm good. Do you have an opinion? Is it okay? No, I'm good. I'm straight. Okay. I'm just going to go to bed. Oh, okay. So we're going to get up first thing in the morning. Fresh in the morning. Okay. Yep. Good. So I knew he had a problem, right? I just didn't know how deep it went. The next morning, now this was a minute ago, so I can't recall everything like very specifically, but I'll give you the gist of it. So we get it. Hey, it's time to start. Everybody get it. I wanted to do like a morning prayer and then our affirmations and stuff, but I can't quite remember. And then my husband gave me a hard time. I don't know about what, but I know it already made me upset. Now my son's not coming out the room, so that's making me upset. So I go knock on the door. Hey, you got to come out the room. It's not going to be you sleep in. This is what you agreed to. This is what it is. You're going to come out. We're going to work together. We're going to do this. He's not saying anything. Little did I know. So now I'm like, okay, I'm upset. I want to try to mitigate the situation because I can hear in whatever he is saying, he's upset. And I know that when he gets upset, it's like let's bring it down, right? Because I don't want it to get crazy. Just come out the room. Let's talk. He's talking through the door. You're making me angry. Let's talk face to face. All this through the door is not going to work. So you telling me I can't be here. Look, if you're not going to follow the rules, then no. Then that's the decision that you're making. You're not going to be able to stop. Well, you're putting me out. You're making me leave. I'm not making you leave. If you want to leave, there's the door. It's on you. So he gets angry. He gets irate. And I'm putting him out. I'm not putting you out. You're putting yourself out. So basically, he kicked himself out. He shoved me. He like jumped over my couch, walking around with his shoes on. I try not to do that. I want to keep what's blessed and pure, but walking through the house with your shoes on, it has happened. And because they started like doing it, my carpet is getting like stained because of it. So, I don't make it a big deal today, but at the time it was a big deal. Like, I love my little carpet. Like, don't do that. So he intentionally did that. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, you have to make a decision. You're putting me out. I don't have nowhere to go. I guess I'm just going to be a criminal. Wait, what? People don't just turn around and be like, they're going to be a criminal. Like, that is not how this works. You don't have a criminal bone in your body. But okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna be homeless and turn toward the street. Okay, you're being a little dramatic. So he leaves out the house. Husband pound on the door. And I don't need anything you got with me to do. I'm trying to stop him at the door. Like, you really need to calm down. Like, you gotta calm down. And he push the door past me. That's when he hops over the couch and everything. So I'm calling his grandmother. You need to come get him. He's acting up. Like, I cannot handle him. So she's like, okay, like, I'm gonna figure it out. She's so sweet. She's such a sweet person. Just really kind-hearted. And so he gets on the phone, and I knew if nobody else could calm him down, she can calm him down a little bit. And she did. So apparently she was going to come get him. So I'm like, okay, he's outside. If you're leaving, you have to take your things. I'm really weird like that. If you're not going to live here, you got to take your stuff. You have to go. He didn't want to move nothing. Nothing. So I went and got his stuff. I put it outside the door. Can you please take your stuff downstairs? I get a call. He just wants his phone charger, blah, blah, blah. I'm okay. I got it. I packed his stuff up in his bags. Like, he can have his phone chargers. Like, I don't even want no smoke. Like, I just want him to get his stuff. Like, he can go. Like, if that's what he chooses to do, he can do it. He's so disrespectful right now. Like, he can go. He can have it. So I put it outside the door. I just asked, look, I moved all your stuff out. Can you just take it downstairs and wait for your grandmother? Nope. He rummaged through his stuff or whatever. So I took it down the hall, down the stairs. He sat on the ground talking so much mess. So when his grandma came, he done rummaged through his stuff downstairs. After I took all his stuff downstairs, he throwing stuff everywhere, talking so much mess to me after he sat there and looked at me do it. I have a bad back, okay? Like, period. Carrying 3 big old kids. Moving stuff my whole life with my mom. My back is tweaked, okay? But I had to do it because I needed him gone. That's what he wanted. I supported. So his grandma come, make him clean up the mess. So he mad. A lot of stuff that I bought him, he threw it away. I wasn't upset. I was hurt. I was hurt because of the disrespect. He was blurring things out that was really rude and outrageous. So it was a Sunday. I was trying to go to church. So my husband said, you know what, we are going to church. Let's go. Let's go get ready. Let's go. Like pick yourself up, suck it up. Like, I know you hurting. Let's go. Okay. So getting ready for church, I get a call. I don't know exactly what he said, but he hung up. So then he calls again. And I'm like, baby, you hear what he said? You guys are horrible parents. You guys are the worst parents in the world. And my dude's like, well, if we so horrible, stop calling our phone then. Click. On the way to church, he called back. I just want y'all to know, y'all the worst parents in the world, and y'all should never, oh my God. I said, oh, did he just say we're the worst parents in the world, that we're horrible? So yeah, my husband said, yeah, that's what he said. So in church, I'm trying to give this to God, and it's hard because this is my baby. This is my baby whom I've sacrificed year after year for, went without. I didn't start shopping for myself and to my kids to my oldest was probably 17. Like, I would get stuff, little like pieces, trinkets here and there, but like really like for me, like nah. I was wearing the same clothes for years before that happened. So it was heart-wrenching. My son was going to school and everybody had cars and stuff, and he was walking. He has to walk. The walk has to be at least 30 minutes or more. And I was like, no, not my son. I wasn't making a lot of money. I made sure he had a car and a car and a car and a car, and he was still driving my car. And I'm the worst mother in the world. The things that I've endured and that I went through, I had to carry them inside. because I didn't want to put it on my kids. And when I was making a mistake and I listened to my kids tell me where I went wrong, where they felt I went wrong, or what I could have done better, like I tried to fix it. And he's telling me I'm the worst mother in the world. So it was hurtful. Just to turn around, come, Mom, I just, want to apologize. A fake ass apology. Because he wanted something. And he went with his backpack. He laid down outside on the ground because I didn't invite him in. Like he was going to sleep outside on the ground. He ain't never slept outside on the ground a day in his life. I don't even think he did it when he went camping. Then he started yelling. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I closed the curtains and everything. I'm like, look, I don't know. This too much for me. If you don't live here, you don't live here. So he acting a fool. I just want this out the house. So it turned into I apologize to Okay. Let me bring in your step to I need a place to sleep. I let him sleep in my car. Gave him a blanket and everything. And it's like they never stop to appreciate anything of what you do sometimes. At least mine didn't. And so, he was away for a millisecond. To come back, Mom, pause, like, I messed up. I shouldn't have did this, whatever. Can y'all give me some time to get myself together? Give me some time. Like, you know what? Fine. You could come in. You could visit. You could be a guest. A guest turned into a resident. So now you live here again. And there was no consequence. And we're treating you like you never left. And he does it again. He blows everything out of proportion. It made me realize that you could do anything in the world for your kids. But if your kids grow up thinking that everything's supposed to be handed to them, that they have nothing to work for, if they grow up thinking that time is not important, for me, that's the hard pill to swallow. Because I worked for like everything that I have. And I showed them what hard work was. And I didn't want them to have to work as hard as me, but I wanted them to appreciate the essence of life and how they pay off. So when it comes to me thinking about a baby after dealing with this with my kids, no thank you. Even my sweet baby girl had moments where she would just kind of like, she was like crazy. I had to like, hold on. You not a boy, but don't push me. And like, please, like, I know that you're growing up and that you get these, different emotions and stuff, but let's articulate. Let's communicate about it because I love you. I don't want to lose that in you, that sweet innocence in you. I know that at some point, but right now, you're not even a teenager. Can we hold on to the sweetness that you have? I want that. Like, please don't act like your brothers. And so all three of my kids are totally different. They're all unique. They're all beautiful. But they all have their ways. And where me and my husband are right now, getting our business off the ground and all the sacrifices day after day. I'm a grandmother now. Let me see my grandbabies. I'm an aunt. I've been an aunt for forever. Let me see my nieces and nephews. But me having a baby? Miss me with it. Those motherly instincts that kick in, I'm kicking them right back to where they came from. I don't want it. I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, goo goo gaga, nothing. Find somebody else to goo gaga at because it's not cute. It's cute when they're not yours. When they're yours and you know what they could become, the possibilities, I'm good. But if this is not your story and you got a better one, share it. Because mine is, no matter how much I love my kids and I know that they love me, They have a lot of life to live before they can really start to appreciate all the things that have been given to them, all the opportunities, and just like trying to figure out like where they're going and stuff like that. And for me, it's like I am willing to keep giving and giving, but I just want to know that there's a part of them that is taking all this stuff that they're getting, compartmentalizing it and using it wisely and using it in a way where they can grow, they can learn, and they can teach other people. So yeah, now for me, I don't want no more kids. So I just thought I'd share that before I go to bed, because I was really just having this conversation with my husband, and I realized, like, I'm not gonna say F them kids, but phew, no more. No mas. I'm taking Spanish. No mas. Okay? I'm good. If God happened to say something different, I'll deal with that when it comes. But until then, nah, me and my husband, we good. We have a beautiful family. We got a bunch of kids. We are the Brady Bunch. And we need to work on what we got and making sure that the kids that we have are good and secure and taken care of and loved and nurtured and learning life lessons that will help equip them to be better adults, better people. Until next time, I'm Monica, and yeah, no mas.